Welcome back to the channel. If you guys would like to see what velocity and groups that I was able to achieve with the Hornady 143 grain ELD-X with Reloder 16 in my 6.5 Creedmoor Ruger precision rifle, stick around. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you'd like to learn what loads work best for me and the tools that I use to make my group smaller, subscribe to the channel and leave your feedback in the comments section below to help me and the rest of the community here improve our load development. Guys, in this week's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Hornady 143 grain ELD-X loaded with Reloder 16. Now, if you guys are longtime fans of the channel, you know that this 143 grain ELD-X bullet has been a little bit of kryptonite for me, and I really haven't been able to work up what I would consider to be a usable load with this. However, with some encouragement of one of my subscribers, and the possibility of a new powder generating a slightly higher velocity than we're used to being able to achieve with this projectile, we set forth with our reloading bench to try once more to see what we could do. Without further ado, let's get into the data for today. Again, this is a Hornady 143 grain ELD-X, part number 2635. This is a very healthy ballistic coefficient of 0.625, and if we could work up a usable load with it, this certainly would not be a bad hunting round for anyone who might be considering it. For the brass for today's video, we used just 6.5 Creedmoor Hornady brass. We use CCI number 250 large rifle magnum primers. The cartridge overall length that we loaded today was 2.820 by recommendation of my subscriber, and the cases have been trimmed to 1.910 inches. Before we get into today's data, I will say that the source of data for today's loading was actually Sierra's website based on the 140 to 142 grain projectiles in there, as well as some estimated velocity from quick load. Now, the quick load data was for 140 grain projectiles, so the quick load velocity might be slightly higher than the data we achieved today, but we certainly haven't had any trouble in the past with projectiles of similar weight achieving what Sierra had predicted for this particular load. Without further ado, we'll get right on the load. At 40 grains, our estimated velocity was either 2594 or 2645. The actual velocity we achieved was 2611. The standard deviation was 12, extreme spread of 28, and blame me if you want. However, we took a 0.656 MOA group and turned it into a 1.506 MOA group. At 41.3 grains, our estimated velocity was 2670 or 2720. Our actual achieved velocity was 2684, standard deviation of 17.4, extreme spread of a horrid 48. Group size on that was 1.871 MOA. At 42.5 grains, 2741 or 2790, our actual velocity was 2757, standard deviation of 11.2, extreme spread of 29, and a 0.948 MOA group. At 43 grains, our estimated velocity was 2770 or 2820. Actual velocity achieved was 2777, standard deviation of 19.4, extreme spread of 46, but a 0.709 MOA group. At our max charge of 43.5 grains, our estimated velocity was 2800 or 2848. Actual achieved velocity for this load was 2815, standard deviation of 11.2 with an extreme spread of 25, and a 1.403 MOA group to end our day. So guys, a little bit of new, a little bit of old in our data today. Obviously with the Reloder 16, as in some of our previous Reloder 16 videos, we were able to achieve some very good velocity with this projectile that we haven't in some of the other powders we tested. However, that 1.403 MOA group is really not what we were looking for. Not to say that all is lost. I do think the 43 grain load, actually achieving a 0.709 MOA group, shows a little bit of promise for this load. If that could repeat, this actually might be one of the better loads that I've worked up with this projectile in this cartridge so far. Let me know what you guys think of today's workup in the video below. Would you just give up on this 443 grain bullet? Do you think there's actually some accuracy to be had here? To defend my one subscriber, his suggested load for a Reloder 16 was 41.2 grains, though my 41.3 wasn't super far off of that. That was my worst group, not only of this particular load development, but certainly of the day when I was shooting. I don't know what to say, guys. Obviously, your rifle is going to operate different than my rifle in certain situations, but it was a little bit disappointing. I did have some high hopes that we might actually find a usable load for this, but I don't think all hope is lost. It's certainly not a one-hole group, but 3/4 an MOA is not horrible, and that 2777 velocity is nothing to sneeze at, certainly with this heavier round with a reasonable ballistic coefficient. Like I always do, guys, I will show you the brass. It's getting to be a little bit old hat here with this Reloder 16. I really haven't seen any pressure signs at all loading these charge weights behind this weighted projectile so far, no matter what I have loaded. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think there's anything to be had here? Do we just need to go back and shoot something else? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you liked today's video, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you get notified when I post a new video. And thank you guys for watching today's video. And until next week, guys, stay safe in small groups.